Welcome to the National Wedding Show in Birmingham. On today's show, we're going to bring you the very best wedding cards, dresses, cakes, photography and loads more to give you loads of ideas so you can help plan your wedding. So here's what's coming up on today's show. After the big day, one of the most important things you'll be left with are your wedding photos. So it is vital you get a fantastic photographer. And I'm joined right now by just that very man. His name's Anthony Hyam and he's from Your Big Day. Lovely
Hello,
to
Debbie.
meet you, Anthony.
Hi.
So you're a Midlands-based photographer.
Very much
You
so.
do wedding photos.
Very much so. We specialise in that. Yeah.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your company.
Midlands-based, there's a team of three of us, myself, Darren and Tom. Mainly rapportage photography. It's all about looking after the customers and seeing it through from beginning to end. So when they meet me at a show, it's myself that actually shoots the photograph, and that one-to-one is so important because that's all that's left after the big day. Your photograph and maybe a video are really all that's left when the food's gone, the flowers have died. So you really need to take a little bit of extra care in choosing just the right person for you, the sort of person that you can get on with.
And how do you find that person? Because there's so many photographers out there covering weddings.
You need to meet them. You need to ask to meet the person who's actually going to come on the day. Maybe have a pre-wedding shoot with them, which is something we do free of charge. Get to know them. Make sure you're relaxed with them. And ask lots of questions like, have you got a whole wedding album from beginning to end? So make sure that you see the pictures, all the best ones and the gritty ones, the not so good ones, see the whole package. So on our website, yourbigday.net, you'll find our last 170 weddings. So you can get lots of ideas for dresses, cars, place settings, venues, and it's like 150 real-life weddings online.
That's a great facility to have.
Yeah,
should you go for black and white shots, a mixture of colour, sepia? How do you know what to go for?
What most photographers now, they shoot digitally, so everything's shot in colour, and then when you put the photographs online, we'll give lots of great ideas for what your pictures might look like in black and white, sepia, blue tint, whatever, and then afterwards you can have it whatever you like. We'll give lots of ideas, and then it's up to you and us. We'll work through it together and see what suits your album best.
Okay, so talking about albums, I just got married myself, and I'm getting my wedding photos in a really cool book. It's got like a perspex front and really shiny pages. What else do you offer and what's in at the moment?
Well, the storybooks are very, very popular. This sounds like the sort of thing that you might be getting.
Yeah.
Digitally done, lots of fun.
Beautiful.
But it's a printed book. That's very, very popular, and like you say, you can get it in an acrylic cover, a leather cover, all sorts of stuff like that. Alternatively, you might want something a little bit more traditional, which is what we call matted, so it's got mounts in it. So you're looking at something like this.
Okay.
So they've got real pictures in with real mounts, so lots to choose from there, basically.
So tell me about the weddings you've covered. Have you done any celebrity weddings?
I've done a few, done a Hollyoake star, a Brookside star. We did Julie Etchingham, who presents news at 10 at the moment. So yeah, quite a few.
And what about venues? Any interesting venues?
Love most of our venues, to be honest. We've got, the Michelin star venues like Mallory Court in Leamington, Berra Court, which is an old historic house in Birmingham. So it's nice because each Saturday you're in a totally different venue. You might have something very contemporary one week, and then you might be in somewhere that, Joseph Chamberlain, used to live in. So lots of lovely venues to choose from now.
And what about wedding tips? Can you prepare the bride and groom for anything on the day? For example, what if it rains?
What if it rains? We normally choose a room inside, and we make sure there's a little area earmarked. But to be honest, it doesn't rain all day. It doesn't normally.
So there's always a time when you can nip outside.
Quite often there's a time that you can nip out. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Debbie.
wedding flowers, the world really is your oyster. So how do you find the best florist for you? Well, right now I'm joined by the lovely Alison from Lily Floral Art. Hello, Alison.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Now, you are a fantastic florist. You've got some beautiful flowers here. Tell me a little bit about your company.
Basically, we're a company that specialise and totally specialise in wedding work. We average about 130 weddings a year, and from that we will travel length and breadth of the country.
And where are you based?
Bromsgrove.
That makes no difference. Right,
No
can come
difference
to you from
whatsoever.
anywhere.
No.
What's the most popular flower at the moment?
Peonies and roses, English country garden, very, very popular.
I love peonies. I just got married a few weeks ago, but I couldn't get them because they weren't in season.
No, seasonal things, it's not so much for season anymore because things are grown in all different countries. So what happens is it can be imported. And I'm a firm believer in thinking if it does it for you, if you want beautiful flowers in your bouquet, that's what you should have. The bouquet is the last thing a lady receives before she walks down the aisle. It has to set your heart on fire. Make compromises on other things rather than the bouquet. You may overspend on a bouquet, but you can draw that budget back with other compromise.
Maybe your shoes. So tell me about other money-saving ways with your flowers.
Money-saving ways, you don't always have to have flowers. You could have something like alternatives to buttons.
Yeah, because not everybody's into flowers.
No.
This is stunning.
Again, if flowers don't do it for you, why waste the money on buying them? Have something which is completely different. Have something that really is your thing.
Now, you would probably put this with a coloured dress, and coloured dresses are quite in at the moment. Would you think if you've got that you should go for the white flowers to bring it out?
I'm a firm believer in using tints and tones and contrast. I don't believe in using complete negatives because what happens is on your photographs with a bouquet it should be a fluid look, and if you start to have something which is really, really in your face, the bouquet then doesn't float with the gown. It should always flow.
So you think the colour should be matching with the
I
dresses
think that
and the
you
flowers?
should have
or
tints and
complement?
tones, complement it rather than a stark contrast.
So tell me what other colours are coming through, because white and green are very popular for weddings.
White and green has always been very popular. We find a lot of browns, a lot of taupes, aubergines, that sort of colour is filtering through.
Lovely. And what about the scattering petals?
Scattering petals I think is a wonderful idea, and it's not very expensive. It's just
Really?
Some venues aren't too keen on it, but once you've done it, they can't wait to pick them up.
Fantastic. What about the weddings you've covered? Have you covered any interesting weddings?
Oh, quite a few celebrity ones. But at
Can you
the end
spill
of
the
the day,
beans?
spill the beans. We've done quite a few footballers.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, everybody's wedding is important. To a woman, it's the most important day of her life, and regardless of where you come from or what you do, it's always going to be perfect.
Thank you very much.
My
Alison.
pleasure.
imagine having a mini you on top of your very own wedding cake? Well, now you can with my mini you. This is Graham from said company. Hello, nice to meet you.
You all right?
Now, you're an internet-based company.
That's right.
And you produce mini people, the top of wedding cakes or for any other reason. Tell me a little bit about them.
I mean, as well as wedding cake toppers, we should do a standard range of about 10 or 12. Then also as top table settings or as best man and bridesmaid gifts, they're ideal because you can literally design them from head to toe.
Wow, so you can copy an exact outfit?
Yep, copy an exact outfit, or if you wanted to include a particular job or hobby or something like that, then you can alter that as well, so it makes it quite comical and fun and funky.
How long do they take?
About 3 weeks.
Okay, so you send in a photo, and then what happens? Is there any way to check it before it's built in case someone's not happy with how it looks?
Halfway through the process, we actually send you an email of the photograph to approve, so you can actually approve your own head before you get to it.
Wow, so you know exactly what it's going to look like.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Now, they're not edible, are they?
No, they're made out of a polyresin clay, so they're permanent, you're going to keep them.
They last forever?
Absolutely, so it's like any other ornament then.
And how much are they going to set you back?
Standard bride and groom model is about $89.95.
Okay.
And a single figure $44.95.
And as you're saying, you can have them for anything you like. People order them for Christmas presents, birthdays.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it really sends itself to any occasion, really.
Fabulous. Well, thank you very much. Nice to talk to you.
And
Wedding cakes, wedding stationery, wedding favours, the list is endless. You need a good supplier, and right now we're joined by a lovely lady, Della, from Michael Gadd's Special Cakes. Lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Now, these cakes look totally stunning and very, very scrumptious. Tell me about them.
We actually make and design everything with the bride, so she can have the cake, the stationery, the favours, a whole package, a design for them, with them. Each layer can be different. We can have chocolate layers, sponge, fruit, carrot cake. You know, the list is endless, but it's a homemade bakery. which is a bit unusual for nowadays. People buy them in.
And you're based in Birmingham?
We are, yes.
So how far do you supply the cakes?
We do quite a large radius, and or otherwise the brides can collect. We carry it out to the boot of the car, put it on a non-slip pad. It doesn't go anywhere. The venue just collects it out for them when they get the other end.
So literally each layer of the cake can be a different type of cake
Yeah.
to suit everybody. So no arguments between the bride
No
and
problems
groom.
whatsoever. We're one of the companies that actually put the fruit on top as well. Not many people do. You have to cook it correctly and you have to display it correctly, but we're quite capable of doing that for them.
So tell me about some of these cakes. This one in particular in the corner, is this all white chocolate?
That one's all white chocolate. The filling inside can be completely different, but the outside, even the roses are white chocolate.
It's amazing, absolutely stunning. And I'm loving the Haribo cake. Obviously, you can have any sweets,
It's just a
marshmallows.
wacky design that somebody's just decided that they love sweets and that's what they'd like. We have the personal toppers as well. That's the reluctant groom being dragged.
That's a classic. The reluctant groom. I suppose you haven't got a reluctant bride, have you?
And the Disney castle, which is just everybody's fairy tale.
Is all that edible?
It is. We are one of the companies that actually do it edible, apart from the Mickey and Minnie, which is a keepsake.
That is absolutely beautiful. Now, you yourself, you also have your own wedding favour and stationery
I
company.
do, yeah.
Bally Bumpin', yeah?
Belly bumping, yeah. We actually make and design. We're also based in the House of Fraser as well as Michael Gadd's in Birmingham, so we design for those. But it's nice that they can have a whole package run through.
And it can all match. Now, you've
Yes.
got a couple of ideas here. These are amazing. This is a handmade...
It's all handmade. That's your
flower.
health, wealth, long life, fertility and happiness. And that's what it represents when you give it to them. But you can use them as a place setting. So when they forget who gave it them, it's a little reminder. But that's an icebreaker because you stand up and you say, by the way, your place setting as a gift. If you win, we want half.
Oh, because there's a scratch card
inside it.
That's brilliant. I like that. You get half.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Well, it's so nice to speak to you.
Oh, thank you very
for showing
much.
us your stuff. with a top designer from Cheshire, Yvonne Gillon, who's attempting to drag those mums right into the 21st century. Nice to meet you, Yvonne.
Nice to meet you too.
Tell me about this mission that you're on.
Well, I think it started actually quite a few years ago. I've been designing now for about 25 years, and it naturally went into Mother of the Bride. Just to explain it a bit easier, really, my daughter is getting married, and I think if somebody said to me, this is where you go for Mother of the Bride, I would not buy that. It's very, very, very frilly and lacy, and I really am on a mission to say it's quite simple to be Mother of the Bride. I mean, what I'm wearing is just a simple black dress, with a lace collar, with appliqued leaves, and this, you take the collar off and it's a black dress after the wedding, but it's stunning. It's got the
Simple,
colour.
stylish, 21st century. This is amazing because I know lots of mums, my mum in particular, she doesn't like to show her arms.
That's right.
And this is the
That's
perfect
right.
solution.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I've always been a very body conscious designer, designed really to make ladies feel good, and actually being the age of Mother of the Bride is quite good designing for Mother of the Bride because you understand the problems with bodies. It's the arms go, so you cover the tops of the arms.
You've also designed something that prevents the cleavage from showing.
Yeah. Over the years, people want to cover so many parts of the body or enhance bits that they like. But one of the really quite sad things is I designed for quite a few ladies who've had breast cancer, and a top that we came up with was a top called Cami Confidential, which is designed to sit very close to the chest, and it will sit under any garment.
Right.
We can actually sit under a special occasion outfit and it won't interrupt the line, but the neckline is covered, and when the lady leans forward, you can't see a cleavage, which is makes them feel feminine and confident.
Fabulous. Well, let's take a look at some of these designs. They're very stylish. Tell me about the materials that you've used.
We use lots of materials. I mean, just to explain the actual business, we're a couture business. We have about 100 designs in the studio that you can come in and try on and then choose the fabric. And we have thousands of metres of fabric. I am an absolute fabric fanatic.
So you can have any design in any fabric you like.
Absolutely, yes.
Fabulous.
We use lots of silks. This is not a silk, this is a brocade. But we use embroidered silks, we use cottons. Because nobody really does what we do, you can literally come into the studio and say, oh, I like that design, but could I have it in a different fabric, or could I have a longer skirt with it, or could I have a shorter sleeve? And you really are designing to the personality of the wearer.
And what about your inspiration? Where do you get that from for these designs?
I get my inspiration from my clients, actually.
Right.
My clients really, if you think about the high street, designs are actually really pushed onto them. I design what the client wants.
It's really a tailor-made service for mums.
It is absolutely tailor-made, yes.
What about this lovely dress behind you? I'm loving these puffy sleeves, the collar detail.
Patterned fabric is very good. It really does camouflage lots of things. I mean,
It does hide a multitude of sins, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And then on here you've got a sleeve that is actually a twister sleeve. Now, we were talking about arms earlier. Arms, it's this lower part of the arm that really goes first.
Oh, I wish my mum had known you before. This is just brilliant.
Yeah, I know. And that actually covers that part of the arm.
Fabulous.
We do another sleeve that is actually just shows the gap in the shoulder, so it shows. We still like to be sexy, you know.
Yeah.
So it shows the shoulder, but then it covers the arm, and that is very flattering. That sort of concept of designing.
Well done on your mission.
Thank you.
I hope that you managed to drag all those mums right back into the 21st century.
Well, it is simple elegance. That's all you need.
I'm joined by one of London's top florists, Jay Ravi from Flower Power. Very nice to meet you, Jay.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
I must say your flowers are stunning, very romantic in feel. Would you say that's your signature look?
Yeah, definitely. Kind of fairy tale wedding. Brides would always like getting married under an arch or a canopy. We specialise in that. Yeah.
You do some stunning canopies. This is really fairy tale woodland, and you were saying that you design these canopies and they can have the outside look indoor.
Definitely.
Obviously in Britain you can't always rely on the weather, but people like that kind of outside feel. So how do you incorporate that into
Yeah, definitely. It's almost like bringing the outdoor feel indoors, and brides always, I mean, this is a question that's always put to me, oh, I want an outdoor wedding. Obviously we have to have a backup plan, but we have done a lot of outdoor weddings, but this is like bringing the outdoor feel indoor, and it certainly does appeal to all the brides, I think, yeah.
Would you say that a bride needs a romantic dress to go with these flowers because they are so fairy tale and pretty?
I mean, yeah, certain bouquets. So this particular one it's like connecting the bouquet with the outfit. If you've got any sequins, any beadwork, we try and incorporate that into the bouquet, so it complements the dress rather than making it totally different.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is totally accessorised, this bouquet. So is this in at the moment to add accessories like feathers and diamantes into your flowers?
Definitely. It's been a while. It's all to do with your outfit, again, your personality. Gems are always sparkle. It's always what a bride's, it attracts all brides, I think,
Definitely. Tell me about some money-saving tips, because flowers are notoriously expensive,
Yes.
and obviously venues look beautiful with as many flowers as possible.
Yeah.
So how do you go about saving money in that area?
Everyone comes with a budget. I mean, obviously using seasonal flowers will definitely reduce the cost of budget. Say, if you wanted lily of the valley, for an instance, to actually order them, there'll be an extortion. Unless you've got the budget, then think about using lily of the valley.
Right.
But if you love those kind of flowers, just have it in your bouquet, which is, you can still afford it having in your bouquet, rather than filling the whole venue with the lily of the valley.
What's the most popular flower at the moment?
Orchids.
Orchids?
Yes.
I had orchids at my wedding.
Yes, orchids.
That's so funny. I had loads of white ones.
Yeah, Phalaenopsis orchids is favourites, everyone's favourite.
Oh, they are really popular.
Yeah.
And what about colour?
Colour, I sort of like, there's a lot of people experimenting different colours these days. White is lovely, it's very traditional, it's very romantic and fairy tale. But that could be your church flowers, and you could have your reception flowers totally different to your wedding flowers. You don't necessarily have to match, coordinate the whole thing.
Sure. Do you do many East meets West weddings?
Definitely, we do lots of mixed marriages. We've done like weddings, the English couple wants a Bollywood theme as well. They've gone for Bollywood weddings.
So what did you have in that wedding?
Everything bright and colourful, the vibrant kind of colours, and even garlands. We make floral garlands. I did a lesbian couple's wedding only recently, where instead of having a bouquet, they both had a garland. They exchanged garlands, which was really
That's such a good idea, because some people don't want a bouquet, and some
No.
people aren't into flowers, so it's nice that there's other ideas you can mix up there. Thank you so much.
you.
Lovely to talk to you. Well, as you may know, I recently got married, and I was thinking, what comes next? The baby, of course. And guess what? I found one. Look at this little thing. So cute. Lovingly made by amazing balloon company, Huff Puff and Away. And right now I'm joined by Abby.
Hi.
This stuff is incredible, Abby. It's so fun. Tell me a little bit about the company.
Well, we started about 4.5 years ago doing balloon modelling on a craft centre site. We opened a small gift shop, and then the balloons sort of came afterwards.
So you've got bride and groom, bridesmaids, babies.
We do all sorts of things, like we've done aliens, footballers, pirates.
What's the craziest ask you've ever had?
I think probably we've done a Borat character from the film.
Really?
Yeah, we did him in his mankini.
What, the bright green mankini?
Oh yes.
Amazing, that's so cool.
We did that. That was a lot of fun to do. We even gave him bum cheeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Saucy balloons.
Yeah.
So how does it work? People put the order in, and then do you go and set up on the day, or do you pre-make them and bring them along?
We make take them on the day, but then we will take them in our car to go and take them to the wedding.
And you'll travel anywhere in the UK?
We'll travel anywhere, which obviously changes like the costs and everything to do with it, but we're happy to travel.
Are you the only people doing this at the moment?
Yes, well, the characters are completely unique to us because we've basically invented them and modified them over time to make them completely unique. So you won't find them anywhere else across the country.
Great, well they're absolutely fantastic. It's lovely to talk to you.
Thank you.
Interest in this next stall because my husband actually started his career with them, and it's the three waiters, Mark, Jay and Anders. It is a pleasure to meet you fellas. You look like brothers, are you?
We do. You have to have glasses and a beard and then you're in.
Yeah, that's it, you're in.
Do you all get your glasses from the same place?
Yes. That's why Jonathan's not in anymore, he didn't have the beard.
And he doesn't wear glasses,
No.
so no. Well, we'll come back to Jonathan in a bit, but you're not actually waiters at all, are you?
No, definitely not.
Varying histories, though.
Yeah, we're an act. We're a bit of a surprise act that goes on during any sort of event, but specifically weddings, obviously, in this event. And what happens is we host as waiters. So when the bride and all the guests arrive, we'll be integrated with all the staff, looking like the staff, serving canapes and wine like everybody else.
And what's that like? Do people ever come to you and say you're a bit of a useless waiter, or where's the or for example, can you tell me where the toilet is? And you've got no idea because you're not.
Yes.
You know, do things like that happen?
We normally learn where the toilet is. It's when they speak, when I pretend to be Alfredo, the Italian, and Jason's the Frenchman, and if we don't speak the languages and they ask us something in those languages, there's a bit of bluffing goes on there.
So it's when you go to the French wedding that you need to panic.
Yeah, you have to learn the basics. Where are the toilets and where's the kitchen for the gravy, and that's it, you're fine after that.
Okay, so then what happens? When do you start singing?
Well, it all goes on it starts during the starter. So during the starter, there's a bit of a surprise announcement by Alfredo, the head waiter. He mentions a bit of a lost handbag that goes on. And what that does, it does two things. It introduces him as a character to the audience as the head waiter, and also gets the ball rolling in regards to the show.
So you're the head waiter?
I am one of them, yes.
There's three characters and we all intermingle, so sometimes you play the
Brilliant.
first, second or third waiter.
And it must go down very well. The guests must love it.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's good fun. It really is good fun. I mean, it's one of those shows that every time people love the music, they love the humour,
They
and you
do.
really can't go wrong in many ways.
Because classical music's now so popular, it's been brought to the masses by all these reality shows, and the guests must absolutely love it. Do they ever, at the end, still think you're a waiter?
Oh, constantly.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They have had a few wines by the time we've finished.
Right.
So they do
Oh,
then
what a
need...
talented waiter they've got.
They do.
So
You can be stood there with a microphone in your hand and they're still asking you where the toilet is.
Brilliant, I love it. Well, it's a great concept, great for any wedding. Any inside information on my husband, Jonathan?
We can't do it. Nothing we can say on camera, definitely.
He was always lovely to everybody and gave to charity.
Oh, that was brilliant. Very good.
Never drank anything.
Amazing, okay. I'll be having words when we get home. So, we're going to have a bit of a sing-song?
Absolutely, that'd be great.
Yes.
So excited.
Okay.
You start.
Okay.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That's amore. When the world seems to shine like you drank too much wine, that's amore. That's amore. So ring and to sing Vita Bella. Vita Bella. To play like a gay tarantella. Stars make like jewels on your break. All the doors, that's amore. That's amore. When you walk down the street with clouds at your feet, you're in love. When you walk, and you know you're signore. Scusa, ma ci si macchino Napoli d'azore. Amore, amore.
Well, that's it from me today, and I've had an amazing time here at the National Wedding Show in Birmingham. And hopefully we've given you loads of tips so you can go and plan the dream wedding. I've had my wedding, now it's time for you to go and plan yours. Cheers.